Okay, I want to look at the ranges of the basic functions. The ranges of the extended and complete basic functions should be fairly obvious, but let's talk about the ranges of the basic functions. Okay, basic quadratic function, the range consists of all the y values. Now the basic quadratic function has a domain that just consists of the numbers from -2 to 2, the standard numbers, -2, -1, -1/2, 0, 1/2, 1, and 2. Okay? The range is a set of all values you get when you plug those numbers into the function. So, the range consists of the numbers. Well, the y value is 0. You have a y value of 1. You have a 1/4. You have a y value of 1. You have a y value of 4. And you don't add anything on this side. You don't get any new y values. You get 1/4, 1, and 4 again. You don't list them twice. This is a set. So the range is 0, 1/4, 1, and 4. Now that's a range. I'll put the word basic in here. Range of the basic function here is this. Range of the basic function here from -2 to 2, you have 1/4, 1/2, 1, 2, and 4. Okay, range is easy to read off for the basic functions. Okay, range of the basic function here. You have -2, -1, -1/2, and you have 1/2, 1, and 2. So you have -2, -1, -1/2, 1/2, 1, and 2. That's for this function. Cubic function. Range of the basic cubic function is -8, -1, -1/8, 0, 1/8, 1, 8. It should be clear why that is. Got -8 here, -1 here, -1/8 here, 0, 1/8, 1, and 8. And here you range your basic function. Smaller range because of the symmetry here. You have 1/4, and of course you have 1/4 here. So you have a 1/4, you have a 1 for each of these points, and you have a 4 at this point, and yeah. Thought I saw another line I wasn't expecting there. Okay, so those are the ranges of your basic functions. Now the extended basic function, well, I don't have room to write it, so I'm just going to say it, but we'll look at that again a little later. For the extended basic function, the range would just be, for the y = x² function, it's pretty easy to see that the range consists of all the y values you can get. The y values you can get here go all the way from 0 up to 4, and we aren't missing any. It's a smooth curve. Okay, so y values that we get on this curve are from 0 to 4. So that would be extended basic. Actually, I kind of do have room. It's just an interval. It's the interval from 0 to 4. For the basic exponential function, the y values go from 1/4 here up to 4. Okay, so okay. The extended basic range for the cubing function, clearly every number from -8 to 8. And I'm really hurting for room up here, but I think I can do it. Extended basic range here. Okay, this is a little more complicated, but as we've seen, we can go from -1/2 at this point to -1 to -2, and then we keep going through the negative values. And the same here because of the asymptotes. Okay, again, if we look here, so we don't have to talk about negative numbers, we got 1/2 is in the range, and then every number from 1/2 up to 2 is in the range because the curve is continuous from here to here. And then, as we discussed, as x gets closer and closer to 0, we just get bigger and bigger numbers here, unlimited big numbers. So the range on this half would be from, okay, go on, getting ahead of myself. Okay, so we go all the way up to infinity here, and also all the way down to 0, but not including 0, because, as we've said, this curve approaches the x-axis. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about extended basic, never mind. For the extended basic function, we start at 1/2. For the complete basic function, yeah, we do what I was saying. Okay, for the extended basic function, again, we have 1/2, we have 1, we have 2. The y value is 1/2, 1, 2, and then all y values all the way to infinity. So one part of that is the interval from 1/2 to infinity. The other part is the interval from -1/2 to -1 to -2 and on to negative infinity. So it's negative infinity, -1/2, union 1/2 infinity. At the range of the extended basic here, we go from 1/4 to infinity. Same on this side. Okay, so there we have it. The range of the basic function, the range of each extended basic function, and the domains, the domain of each function. We don't have room to write anything down, so I'm not going to talk at this point about the domains of the complete basic functions. But we'll get to that in the next video.